Hi, my name's Harriet Allen and I'm the Data Analyst working for the Shark Trust. The Shark Trust is a UK-based charity established in 1997 working to improve the global conservation status of sharks, skates and rays. All of our marine data comes from citizen science sightings data recorded from Great Eggcase Hunt, the Basking Shark Sightings Project, our sightings database, and then we also have an angling project, and then we work with the University of Exeter on another project for entanglement. So all of these come from citizen science sightings, so it's more of a I saw X amount of species A in this location. And some of these projects, the two that we're using for this project, are long-term data sets running for either 20 or 40 years, depending on which data set. Our data sets at the moment, even though we do summary reports, are relatively dormant. So our Great Eggcase Hunt has records of over 500,000 egg cases. Our Basking Shark Project has over, I think, 60,000 basking shark sightings in them now. And these can be really used to help inform policy and make kind of research and advocacy moving forwards. And so actually making these move into the DTO-BioFlow will mean that other people can access this data, utilize it, and really make these data sets sing in a way that we haven't yet utilised them. A lot of our citizen science sightings data is actually focused around the UK, so a lot of this is going to be UK based. But for the UK species of sharks, skates and rays, there's still quite a lot of information we don't understand. So for the Great Eggcase Hunt, especially from in situ records, this can help us work out where egg laying grounds might be, so the areas that might be quite useful to protect. And for the Basking Shark Project, especially since we've got records dating back about 40 years now, this can be used to help understand historic movements and also potentially forecast these into the future to kind of work out where we think the movements might be happening and where their migration or kind of like movement patterns might shift to. So this can be used for research purposes, this can be used by conservation activities to help kind of prioritise or identify key areas. Information like this can be put into, for instance, like the important shark and ray areas process to identify these important areas for these species. And it can also be used for like things like impact assessments for kind of more industry-based information. But having this data available and then adding on to the wealth of data already available in the digital twin ocean will just mean that there's that much more information available for people to make informed conservation decisions. For the Shark Trust, this is a really exciting opportunity because it gives us the kind of impetus to actually sit down, make our data meet these international data standards, make sure that it's formatted correctly, and then once we can make our data open access, it means that anybody can use it moving forwards. So again, whether this is conservation policy research or kind of industry-based looking at environmental impact assessments, it means that our data sets, which are quite dormant, can be utilised to full potential, and this can only be a good thing moving forwards for kind of conservation purposes. So for the Shark Trust, it means that the data that we have can be distributed, and it makes so much sense for this data to be put out into the world, because if we have it, there's no point somebody else putting all the effort and time into trying to collect that data again if we can provide it to them already. Before this, I'd only heard about the kind of digital twin ocean more on the periphery, if that makes sense. So I knew it was a thing, but I didn't particularly know exactly what it was. So looking into it and finding out what the purpose of it was incredibly exciting, and it's really interesting to kind of know that there are these big data repositories where you can have all this data and it is so accessible. The fact that it links into organisations such as like eModNet and then onto OBIS and GBIF and things like that is really exciting, because it means the data can get to the places where it can be really useful and really used. And from the organisational point of view for the Shark Trust, it means that we can help contribute to things on an international level, and our data, which although is largely UK, we do have data from across the Mediterranean and even further afield such as Australia. It means this data again can be used by anyone, anywhere, how they need it to be used.